Hello everyone! Mark Serene back again. We're gonna check out the Stanley Parable today. Ultra Deluxe Edition. I've never played this before. We can see have you played the Stanley Parable before is up here on the screen. I'm gonna say no, because I haven't played it before. I don't really know exactly what to expect. I have heard this game is an experience, and that probably there's a lot of unexpected things that will happen. I don't even really know the base of what the game is supposed to be, so this should be fun discovery for hopefully everyone watching as well as myself. So yeah, let's go ahead and get the music stopped. Not sure what kind of sound we're gonna have in game. There we are. Music over for now. And in game. Have you played the Stanley Parable before? Oh. Please adjust the slider until the computer is barely visible. Okay, I can see it. I can still see it here, but we're gonna, especially for the stream, I think we're gonna want to get this a little bit brighter than maybe I normally would set it at. So, yeah, I think we'll actually just stay right in the center, because it is, if I'm trying to like view all of the little details about it, that's about it. Hopefully that's about the same for you guys as well. Go ahead and hit confirm. Please enter the current time. All right. Oh, do I really have to go all the way around? I do. How about that? It is 3:25 p.m. Accessibility settings can be found from the main menu, okay? You are playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. Interesting. Can I click stuff over here? No. Okay. Let's just check settings real quick. Field of view, camera sensitivity. Yeah, right. We might need to change this stuff. I don't actually have a controller. I'm going to play this keyboard and mouse. I didn't even think that this might be a controller game until I saw the vibration. So hopefully that's fine. Subtitles. This is how subtitles will be displayed. Hopefully that looks large enough for everyone. I do have subtitles on. Show reticle. I don't think we need it. Translation labels. Oh, enables translated labels on top of in-world text. Maybe. We'll see. If there's a lot of like other language stuff happening, we might come and turn this on. Content warnings. Ooh. Okay. We'll keep that off. We'll be surprised. Auto walk is on. Okay. Okay, the volume is totally up. Right now there isn't a whole lot of audio. Hopefully it's not going to be too loud, but if it is, we'll come in and change it, turn it down a little bit. Yeah, that should be totally fine. All right. Everything looks good. Begin the game. The end is never the end. Is never the end.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor at his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Made exactly for this job.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
All right, so on the screen, it said press M for 61 milliseconds. And then they said created just for this job. Is he a robot? I do wonder if that's the case, right? Because how does a normal human know how to push something for 51 milliseconds or whatever it was? All right. So if I click left mouse, it sounds like I'm clicking a keyboard. Playing around. Okay, we've got a crouch. Partition Corp providing partitions for 56 years. Alright, I don't know if we can interact with any of this stuff. Oh, okay, right mouse button is the auto run button. Don't really know that we need it. Space doesn't seem to do anything. I was thinking maybe it might be a jump, but it's not. Shift doesn't seem to do anything either at the moment. Okay, so I guess we just move on. There's nothing to do here. We leave. Wow, that's quite the door. 427. This is our home. All right, door is locked. Got a window. Locked.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Oh, my door shut.
What did it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, let's go ahead and do a little bit of exploration, but let's also follow what the narrator's saying. Okay, where is the meeting room? I am going to be just clicking on random things as we go. 420. Oh, that's very different out there, isn't it? Not yellow or anything, it's brick. Okay. Meeting room, oh meeting room. Wherefore out though? Meeting room.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
You know, I do kind of wonder what happens if I go against what the narrator says. You know, at this moment, I think we're gonna follow the narrator. Well, the door has locked behind me, so that did actually indicate some sort of choice, and we have gone with it. I do bet something different would have happened the other way. I don't know if the narrator is telling, like, a historical account of what Stanley has done, and so if we were to do something different, would that change the story? Would it make the narrator angry? I don't know. This looks like a meeting room.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Sure, let's take a look at the signs, though. Meeting schedule. Man. Termination Tuesdays. What to do about 432? Don't tell 422 about me. Oh, sorry, about the meeting. It's probably supposed to be 432. Boss's inspection. Financial panic meeting. Huh. We were in 427, I do believe. That's where it came from. Tomorrow, complete today's unfinished agenda items. You know, there's like employee numbers listed here. I wonder if these are going to be important for anything. Not cost efficient. Standardize graphs. Fire paper guy. Okay, move on. I don't think any of that's important. Some of it's kind of funny though. What are your dreams for the future? Plant life. Plant life. Less air. Comatose. Weird. Tips for not getting fired. Talk less. Do an unbelievably amazing work all the time, every day. No expectation of promotion. Yeah. I mean, this kind of just feels like actual office work. Sure. Yeah, synergize. This is how you know it's a real office. They say synergize. Using slides to assure employees that everything is okay. Yeah, that too. All right, let's move on. Did I say help? Help! I'm a post-it! Okay. Oh, I was able to open the broom closet. That's the first door we've opened.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Okay, I guess we'll turn around. Just double checking though, make sure there's nothing else in here.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet.
All right.
No reason to still be here.
I have left. It's like the narrator doesn't want me exploring.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
All right, we are going to follow the narrator for now. Ooh, this is a fancy office. The executive bathroom. Jeez, oh. Money in the morning, money in the evening, money for breakfast. Money crisp. Extreme bathrooms. So is this actually a real window? I mean, we don't see anything out there. Is it actually just like a light? Simulate a window? Okay. Waiting chairs. You know, who wants to bet that our boss is definitely going to be here? The beige pages instead of the yellow pages. I like it.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked,
really tall
unraveled,
room.
Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845.
The narrator
But of course,
gave us the
Stanley
pin.
couldn't possibly have known this.
So, of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this, right? So he's telling us that we shouldn't enter the key, even though he gave it to us, right?
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like if we're following what he's saying, we don't put it because we can't know it.
2845.
However, it also seems like the narrator might be trying to help us, right? Maybe trying to give us the clues we need. Okay. 2845.
Forgot, but it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself, and Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well,
Is that so? Did I not actually put it in? Did I take too long? Which actually is maybe what I should have done. Okay. Yeah, this is now getting like Portal kind of vibes, right? Where you are in a testing facility, nothing's real, that kind of stuff. Or if you've ever played Prey, like the beginning of Prey, when you wake up in your apartment and then you find out there's all this room out here. I wonder if it's possible to get up there. Okay. Let's move on. What do we got? This looks like an elevator. I can't see the floor. I'm gonna try clicking the up button. You know, I think it clicked the down button anyways. It sure did. That's okay. Loading, turns out.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself. to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Ooh. Works. Okay. Let's move on.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
This is interesting. So the narrator again told us to go this way, but there is a message right here saying escape. Let's follow the narrator, even though I really want to go down that way. My expectation at this point in the game is there are multiple choices and paths we can make, and there might be multiple endings. I don't know that, but it seems like maybe we go forward, we get our mind controlled, wiped, erased, and we have to start over. Something like that, right? Where this was the correct path and this was an ending path. I don't know. It's what it's feeling like a little bit, though. Okay, so we're locked in. I will say this does feel a little dark. Let's go ahead and into the settings and do I not have an option to change that now? Nope, guess not. Begin the game again. Oh, so there's an option in the menu, sort of restart. Which is good, right? Because there's all sorts of different things that I've already wanted to do, like take the right corridor when we found the two openings. Can't even see where we came from. Okay. Clearly, we have to push the idea button.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Yeah. Hopefully we do. I think we will. Turn on the camera. So we've turned on the lights. See nothing else over here to touch. Employee observation protocol. Man, I wish I could zoom in just a little bit. There's definitely words on there. In the case of a Class 3 event, close system gates and consult with supervisor. Print your console. Info dump. Okay. Turn on the cameras, I guess.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building. Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Will they change again? Because we're now right in the center, 427. Yep, that looks like our office. Can we find, like, a person on any of these, or are they all going to be empty offices? Some of them have error codes on them. Alright. What's that one up there? Broken TV, maybe? No, it definitely changed. Not seeing movement anywhere either. Let's move on. The next button. An elevator?
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
So this is the mind control facility, but this seems more like a monitoring station, not a mind control facility.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
He's still being controlled because we're following what the narrator says.
But here was the proof. the heart of the operation, controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content, walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life, for he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Do we have a baseball bat? Okay, well, I can't seem to click that button. I don't think. Make it boop and beep. I don't think these are buttons. I think they're just status lights. Okay, that looks like a button, number 3. So let's hold off on pushing that. Probably have to hit them in order. That seems like a gameplay mechanic. 5. Ooh. Neat. That's a neat visual right there. A neat visual. We'll take a screenshot. That looks like a big button. Not yet. There's another door. This one is clearly linked up to this. Okay. So we have found our number 1. Console disabled. Found our 2 and our 3. So let's go ahead and... Oh, there's also maybe stuff way up there. I hit 1. Hit 2. You know, we didn't find number 4, did we? There's 3. Weird. Oh, actually, it looks like there might be stairs. It's so dark, I missed them. Or I can't even go up there. But that does look like a button. Huh. I can't go through there. Let's go hit number 5 and see what happens. Nothing. Alright. Moving on. Okay, mind controls idle, awaiting input.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Can I click any of these? Doesn't look like it. Let's hit off! Okay. What do we got?
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Again, right? Still following someone else's commands, or whatever you want to call it.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Okay. Beat the game! Get your first achievement! Oh, you know, I don't think you could see those Steam achievements. That's unfortunate. So, it looks like we've now started over. Okay, so this is kind of what I was maybe expecting. We get an ending, and then we do it again. Will the narrator pop up again? And
all of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Alright, so we're going to do things differently this time. I mean, so far, right, go to the meeting room is something we could try to do differently if any of these doors were unlocked, but they're not. I think we checked them all on the way.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
We're going to go right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yes, I wanted to admire it. For sure. And yet, all the doors are still locked.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Okay, simply stood here drinking it all in. If I were to just stand here, would something happen?
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Yes. Give me a drink.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Wow, so we caused it. We caused everyone to leave by being creepy.
Stanley sat up, but at last he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Now then, right? We could take the first open door on our left to get back to business. Or we could ignore it. I think I want to see, does this just go all the way back around to how
and so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Oh, there's even another alternate path right there. There's going to be a million different ways to go in this game. We're taking this one.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left.
I thought he was, lost. Can I open these other doors? No. I still do actually think that the narrator may be lost.
Oh, no. No, it's to the right. My mistake.
You gonna change it again?
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh, dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down.
This
right,
is very
left,
Hitchhiker's
down,
Guide to the
left,
Galaxy-esque
right.
sort of comedy.
Yep. Okay.
Douglas
yes.
Adams.
I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
All right, so I think we also realize that the narrator is some sort of like overseeing power, right? He is definitely able to control bits around us, but maybe not us. Where does this go? Okay. Down we go. Oh, this is the mind control room again, but now we're way up top.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes.
No.
Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Okay, that was fun. All right, we're gonna do
all of his
similar things again.
Gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley... Wait.
Whoa.
What?
Wait, this is different?
No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then.
It's getting interesting.
It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Yes. Oh, man. I feel like everyone's going to go that way, right? Where the... Oh, you probably can't jump over it. What am I thinking? Well, let's just start on the right. Did it shut behind us? No. Good. Okay, so these doors connect. That's really good to know.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again?
No, please don't.
I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Oh, don't. No, I wanted to keep exploring.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Is
Stanley
anything
decided
different
to
here?
go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Wait, I turned that off. Huh, okay. I like work. I just hate my boss. I don't think you'd want to take that to the office with you. See, there's another one. Ooh, what happens if I find all the computers that are on and turn them off? Will any of these doors be different? There's another one. Oh. Surname access. Username access. Off. I'm not getting the locked sound when I click these doors now. Yeah, I got locked on that one.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Okay. So, that one's the only one that's still making the locked sound. I definitely checked all of these doors a moment ago. I found all the computers that were on. I think I found them all. Weird. All right, all right.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something.
Now, we
The
did not come from a
story.
blue room.
Here it comes.
Okay.
No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Gonna be different again. Oh, now we're in, like, a loop? That was weird. In the basement. Or, ooh, what is this? Like a fire?
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember,
Is he
Stanley?
gonna start us over again?
Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win!
You win!
Congratulations! I know you put in
win.
a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people
our
win
door's
fair and
gone.
square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay? I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Back to the beginning. Oh. The Stanley Parable adventure line. I'd like to not follow the line.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable adventure line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
What happens if I step off the line? I gotta hit that computer, right? See, now I'm not clicking doors, and one of these doors is gonna... Oh, well, that's already different. He really wants us to follow that line, so we're not gonna follow it.
No, I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
Okay. Back to the line. Because it actually doesn't seem like there's anything else to do. I mean, I could hit a couple of these computers. I don't think they do anything, though. But it is weird that you can interact with them. Oh, this one's playing solitaire. Oh, I can't turn it off. Okay. $437's there, huh?
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay, now if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office in fact the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Oh, hold on. That's maybe a little too loud. Let's go music volume down to like... Here. 70? Better. Okay. What happens if we try it again? Yeah, that really shouldn't connect, but it does. Is this taking us up to the boss's office? Can I walk on the wall? Oh. I think the line has gotten drunk. We're all over the place. Did they also paint the box, or was the box already yellow? I mean, we better go and follow the line, right? It's all the way around this. I think we're gonna turn the music down just a little bit more. Let's put it at 45. That's a bit better. Office number 6. The light is shaking. But we have another path. But not really. So that was shaking a lot, and now it's stopping. Interesting. Annual reviews, monthly ledgers, corporate imbalances, consolidation reports, departmental accounts. Whoa. Now wait a second. Now hold on. So if we go this way, like this is one path. I didn't expect to see that. Departmental accounts, I think, is what's over there, and that's what's over there. Will we find financial records on the other side of this? Employee 432 peer reviews. Why are there so many reviews for one employee? Okay, that's really cool. Wait a second. Wait, it's gone now. It's gone now. Okay, I wonder if there's like something else in this room. I don't think I'm missing anything else though.
Wait, cut the music. Go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story.
Really?
Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
This seems like a troll. We're gonna have to remember what, like, how many leaf fronds it had. Is this the only bit of life that we have found so far? I think it is. Okay, so if I just stand here, right? Hands off, and we just wait, will he say something else? Stanley has now firmly remembered the fern. Maybe. Maybe. Hear the tick-tock of a clock in the background. I kind of want him to say something, but we're going to move on now. Okay. I definitely am not going to remember anything about that fern.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Let's go back towards our office and see if there's anything new back here. No. Okay, so the new line comes out this way, goes that way. Let's take one more quick peek over this way. I don't think he's going to say anything.
Still missing the doors. Did we make a mistake following the line? Perhaps we could have found the story on our own.
Still missing the doors. True. Bad. Alright. Continue following the line. Check these doors. We've never been in this room before. Okay. So we have now gotten back to the mind control room again, but from another balcony? Or is this the same balcony?
Oh, no, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through...
It's the same balcony.
You... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it.
Oh, that's
Restart.
Clippy. I wanted to see what Clippy had to say. Okay. This time, this time they faced us this direction instead of this way.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Yeah, let's do it, Mr. Narrator.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Castles. Dragons.
Oh,
Knights?
no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Now he wants us to not acknowledge it. Okay, so does that mean there's going to be a diverging path where we have a choice to follow the line or not? Also, the line is totally drunk. Okay, it's gone. Line is gone. The new room.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Okay. He did not open the left door. The confusion ending? Did I actually walk around this for a whole minute? Because I kind of wonder if something different were to happen. You've been playing the confusion ending for 18 minutes, 7 seconds.
Oh, hold up, what's this? The
Fifth
confusion
restart,
ending.
third restart,
You're
fourth...
telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times?
The narrator's gone after a long
really
time. Stanley
how all
dies?
this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really... No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So...
I have a feeling we have to restart it.
I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination, so I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you...
That was quick. And unexpected. Okay. We have no line. And it did say on the wall that the narrator forgets about previous restarts, I believe. Kind of also want to know what happens if we just stand here? Will the narrator show up? Or not? Huh. Alright, let's move on.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No
Feels
matter
very
how hard
much
Stanley looked, he
like
couldn't find a
over.
trace of his co-workers.
Because the narrator has forgotten. Doors are back.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
We're
he
gonna
entered
go
the door on his
right
left.
again. That way. Because when we took the elevator down, there was another way we could have gone. And again, actually, if we go left, there is another way we could go that says escape. I kind of feel like the escape is the actual way to go.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Yep.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
We did not. We will go straight. Caution. Do not lie. If you are lying, right now, stop. Okay, so this is already
Stanley was so
way
bad
different.
at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Yeah, this is a very different place. Okay. Move on. Ooh, that's like a keycard swipe. Hey, we found the line again. I wonder, if we had gone this way from the very start, would we have found the line here? Or is that line only here because we had gone through restarts in which the line existed? Interesting. Warning! Do not jump from the cargo lift while it's in motion. Will cause death. Penalty for misuse of the cargo lift, $1,000. Penalty for jumping, $5,000. Great. Does that mean that we should actually jump?
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone
We
you've
could
been
go that way.
neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side.
Okay.
Give me a chance.
So, I also still want to know what goes that way, too. Danger everywhere. Okay. What next? 2P3. No buckets past this point. If I could pick up a bucket, I would.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Stanley walked through the blue door.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
The lights are even different now. Will he take us back again?
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
So we are making him angry. Oh, there is still a blue door. What happens if we just stand? Wait, like 5 seconds, 10 seconds? I don't know. But we're making him angry, and I think we're going to turn around and go through the blue door. He didn't want us to see it, so we moved it to the other side of the room and was hoping we weren't going to turn around. Okay.
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well,
I do.
Don't let me stop you.
Oh, I won't. He slammed this door in my face.
You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place.
He hadn't
Broken
finished
rooms,
building it.
exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback.
A new design?
There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
I mean, he wants us to, and I feel like we shouldn't because he wants us to. But let's do it. Alternate iteration. Please rate your experience.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
Yes.
Okay, so we're getting somewhere. Clearly there's something here that speaks to you. If I can be honest here, I really don't have any idea where I'm going with this. This whole third door thing was just a stab in the dark. But I guess you're into it, so let's keep this party train rolling. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Oh. The Stanley Parable. Worldwide leaderboard. Leaderboard? Did you know that 21.3% of players skipped the intro sequence? Only the worst 3% of players chose the blue door? How long does it take you to get to the correct door? Complete against others. Oh, we're last. Friends list empty. You have no friends. And 98.9% of players are more attractive than Stanley. Dead Rat is objectively ranked higher than you are. Ouch. This is funny though. Will there be anything different on the screen? Oh, I click a couple times. It looks like it's starting over. Just make sure it's starting over. Yes. Okay. So, does this mean he wants us to take this door again? We will.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
3.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
Okay.
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Okay, so if you actually played this for 4 hours, would something different happen? I mean, we're clearly going to let the baby die. We don't have 4 hours to waste here.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain.
Okay.
Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot. Aha!
Firewatch?
Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation? Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic purpose. Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
This is so crazy. I do believe in the actual Firewatch, you can, like, pick stuff up and move around. Hey, that's even I think that's actually the real picture from that game, even. It says, who fire watches the Firewatch? Who fire watches the Firewatch? Who watches the Watchman? Okay. Was that in Firewatch? Not a huge fan of that. Do we have a way down the tower? Oh, yes. Yes, we do. I think there may have been a sprint button in Firewatch 2, but I can't quite remember.
Oh, no. No, it can't be.
What can't be? Trying to remember where anything isn't in Firewatch to see if this is even potentially the same map.
It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off. Oh, thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing. A big, open, just wandering around, no right or wrong directions, no path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game.
All right.
Preferably something with walls.
Something with
nice, big, insurmountable walls. Okay, I think this will be just the thing.
All right, what's next? Rocket League?
Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
Why are we crooked? Why is the world crooked?
Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see.
There should be a ball.
There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together. Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
Can I do anything to it? There we go, I can click it. Oh, I'm starting to move fast.
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun? Is it better than my miserable little story that I worked so hard on? Stanley, I have a thought. And I realize I'm not a sportsologist, but if one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure, then surely multiple balls makes for an even more euphoric sports experience. I'm going to try it out. Here comes another ball.
Wow.
Yes! Oh goodness, that really does feel amazing, doesn't it? Stanley, I'm like a child in a confectionery shop. Hold on, what are you doing?
I jumped out of the game.
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back. We still have so much...
Okay, so he can't follow us down here. What do we got? What do we got? We got rate your experience on the wall, the alpha test. Got all sorts of things around here. We have multiple paths or just one. I mean, it looks like this might be a drop. I don't want to fall off of it if it is. Although there might be a bunch of drops. There is a doorway. I want to check before we do anything else. Again, it is a drop. Here we go. I think they were all drops. The graphics feel different now. Now that we're in here, I'm getting like Half-Life vibes or so, maybe? Wow. Wow, look at all of this. What do we got going on here? Oh, I don't want to walk in that room just yet. I feel like that's a decision room or something. Okay, well, that's a dead end. I think we came through this door. Let's move around this way. Alright, well this comes back around to that room that I thought was maybe a decision room. Not though. One door. 423. We are number 427 if I remember correctly. What is on that bottom right monitor? Okay. 425. There's our 427. Back to our office, maybe. Okay. Guess I'll just start clicking things? Nothing. Nothing's happening. We'll leave our office again. I mean, I'm assuming it's ours. Has anything changed over here? Black screen?
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me.
Oh,
someone who will wrap
him,
everything
right.
up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Is this where he wants us to hit the reset button? I bet it is. Oh, I didn't do anything. I did push W. Okay, so here we are. Back again to the start.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Alright, will the third door be there? No.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
We have at least 2 options that I can think of. Option 1 is to go left, go all the way to the end, and take the escape route. The other one is to ride that lift across the way and see what was over there. And there might even be a third one, right? They said that if you fall off the lift, you can die. Maybe death is another option.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room,
We're gonna
and
do that
Stanley
first.
knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
And then
The lounge was sublime, a work of art. What but eager to get back to business, Stanley took
I don't
the
remember.
first
If you
open door on
remember.
his left.
right, there's the path that goes down the elevator right there. I don't know if there was another path we could have taken over there.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
We're going to...
Look, Stanley, I
we
think
die.
perhaps we... But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful. Stanley
Okay.
knew the office layout like the back of his hand. It was only a matter of time before he found the others, wherever they were. Just a matter of time.
We do know the office layout better now, for sure.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Okay.
Stanley was so bad
This
at
time,
following directions, it's
we're gonna
incredible
follow it
he wasn't
across and
5
see
years
what
ago.
happens.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
For her?
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Okay, who is she? Urgent. Employees should never, under any circumstances, attempt... Well, I guess we'll never know. Something may contain no information? be funny if it said, this sign may contain no information. Something like that. We only have one path. And it's a dark one. Oh.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Let's play it where we don't pick the phone up. We can't trust in another. We might be forced to pick the phone up, but we'll find that out soon, I imagine. Ring, ring. Okay. Phone. Ooh, white. Oh. Hey, this is a different office.
Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your
damn Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you?
Ouch.
I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Yeah. We will.
Sorry, but you're in my story now.
Haven't we been in your story this whole time? All right.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Well, I'm a man named Stanley. Good morning, employee 427. Press Y on your keyboard. I think I have to.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
He's really upset with us now. Nothing else I can do.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Please press I. Oh, or... Again, I probably could have just done nothing and seen what happened.
But in his mind,
we've already committed.
In his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Press J to watch TV.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly. So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions, and down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable. It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Oh, she's about to change.
But there is no answer.
Yep.
How could there possibly be?
We
In
are
reality,
rebuilding
all
our
he's doing
office.
is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
We're not going to do it. The narrator said he's on our side. We're not going to do it. So why did the game ask me what time it was when we started? Because the clock on the wall isn't the current time. How long do we wait before we push the button? I think we have to push the button. I don't think there's anything else to do. Did I open that? Hitting K now.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Press Z to question nothing. Don't want to question nothing. But it looks like we're forced to.
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried
Please
again,
die.
and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
I didn't push a button though. Pushed no buttons. Alright, so are we truly sort of back at the beginning, or...
Stanley knew the office layout like the back of his hand. It was only a matter of time before he found the others, wherever they were. Just a matter of time.
Okay, let's take the
When
escape
Stanley
path.
came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yep. And had I gone the other way, I could have actually come back through here, and this would have put us right back on the path. Fairly certain. We never tried it.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief,
Think this is
Stanley
all the
decided
same.
to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming
didn't
to
go
a
down.
staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
We never went down. This is
But
different.
Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. "I'm dreaming!" he yelled. "This is all a dream." Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream.
But where's the 1-2-B-4 room? It's gone.
Gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment and my wife and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Oh. Hey, we woke up in this room.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss, I have an office, I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real, I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Oh.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy, this much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, And in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Man. Okay. That seems like an interesting ending. But the end is never the end. So we're back.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Did it say that before? New content. Okay, so the Ultra Deluxe version has new content, right? So maybe we've exhausted all the other endings, although there is still...
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
We're gonna go take that escape route, and then we'll hit the new content door.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an... Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Right up to the keypad.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any
2845.
human life.
I don't remember.
What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845.
I
But of
did
course,
remember it.
Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing! He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Okay, and again, I don't know that there were any other paths here. So let's just continue.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
There is one other thing that was towards the mind control facility that we didn't do or understand, and it was those buttons. There was 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, but we couldn't get to 4. At least not that I could find, and it's very dark. They didn't seem to do anything when I clicked them, but again, we didn't hit number 4.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Well, okay. We will apparently meet a violent death.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Very long hallway.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Think so. Yeah, that looks like death. Oh. We didn't die. I mean, at least
As the
end,
machine
right?
whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Well, here it comes.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as
That's a
Stanley
new
was led
narrator.
helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Oh! Except it didn't happen. It didn't happen. And not only did it not happen, but we have a new narrator? So, is it possible that when the new narrator says something like that, the old narrator believes it has happened, but the new narrator can say things that haven't happened? I don't know. Now
And
we're
yet
in
it would
a
be
big
just
room.
a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Okay, let's move on, I guess. So this narrator talks about the other narrator, which is pretty interesting. And this is definitely stuff we haven't seen before, like textures and a white room like this.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
That's so. Are these all the different paintings on the walls in the room? Stanley's computer. This is like a museum. Here's his office. Office layout. This blueprint shows the office from the beginning of the game. The path from Stanley's office to the two doors was the first part of the game that was built. Sections have been added and altered throughout development, though the core layout remains almost identical to the first iteration. Yeah. This sure does look like it. The pacing of this opening section was important to get right. This corridor has been moved and altered to make sure the player reaches the two doors in a good time. Now, this is almost like behind the scenes developer commentary now, which is pretty cool. The two doors. The set of the two open doors was the very first concrete piece of the Stanley Parable's design. Once this room was created, the rest of the game emerged as an extension of it, an exploration of the contradiction this room posed. Man, you know, I'm really glad that we didn't take the escape route until we hit a whole bunch of the other endings. The office. Okay. Button sounds. A selection of the sounds used throughout the game when buttons are pressed. Each sound is a mix of a keyboard stroke and a synthesized tone. Neat. And these are the 1 through 5 buttons that we had seen, but we couldn't ever hit the 4. I still kind of think that there might be something back in that room with them. But we'll have to find that out later. What do we got? Just filing cabinets, yep. Office computers, which you can turn off. Can't turn them back on, though. Oh, the credits. Okay, okay. Nice. Nice game. Crows, the team behind the game. Kevon Brightening as the narrator. Yes, very good narration. So we have 2 paths again. Are we still going to be in the museum, or do these paths actually mean something? The office. Got some stairs going up. Some of the camera screens, I think. Maintenance room. An early version of the maintenance room. Hey, also, earlier in the game, they told us that a fern was going to be very important and to study it, and we haven't seen that again. Alright, what else do we got? Boss's office. Screens from the development of the boss's office. Oh. You know, is that how they actually design it? They create panels, build a room with the panels, and then they give texture to the panels. Might be a little behind the scenes on how some game development works, maybe. The office clock. You know, I wish there was a little description about the importance of the clock, because that clock is always present. Like in every room you're in. The lounge. Underground, an early version of the underground portion. What? We just heard the narrator. Narration outtakes.
Stanley walked over the bridge.
Kevin Brightning, the voice of the narrator, recorded dialogue for the entire game roughly 3 separate times.
Stanley stood on the roof.
Over the 2 years of development. These are clips from early takes that were not used in the final game.
Let's see. Stanley walked through the green door.
Okay.
Where were all of his co-workers? Oh, I don't know. How then he pushed them, throwing a surprise party for him for all his button pushing. Does that sound plausible to you? Stanley pushed the big red button.
Okay.
Now look
Cool.
closely, Stanley. See how...
Alright, we'll go up this set now. Freedom ending. This was the very first incarnation of the freedom ending in the game's alpha. And we hit that ending, right? That was the first ending we hit. Countdown desk. One of the desks from an early version of the countdown ending. Oh, I don't think we've seen the countdown ending. Freedom ending. This is the freedom ending as it existed in beta. Monitor room elevator. For a time, the elevator in the monitor room could go up or down with freedom above and countdown below. We abandoned this when players found it too difficult to remember what was up and what was down and placed the 2 endings together instead. Oh, okay. Countdown room. An early version of the countdown room. So they're calling it the countdown room. So are those buttons that we pushed, were we supposed to go from 5 down to 1? Because I had gone 1 up to 5. The game is now paused. Okay. Escape menu. For a long time, we had an ending that only ended when the player restarted from the escape menu. Unfortunately, very few players realized this was what they were supposed to do, which was frustrating for everyone. That's funny because quite a few times I got to a spot where I said, I bet they're going to expect us to restart the game from the menu, and then we never had to. So I was actually expecting that, and then it never happened. Zending. This screenshot depicts an early version of the ending known as the Zending, which was eventually cut and merged with another part of the game. The Zending went through many iterations. This room represents the 4th version of the ending, and we thought it was complete, but decided to abandon and change it again shortly before launch. Huh. Zending levers. These levers were originally a part of the Zending. The player would pull a lever, and the narrator would describe what color they had pulled. Okay. Trailers. We ran 4 major teaser trailers over the course of the game's development, each meant to convey something about the spirit of the game. This is the first one, released in May 2012. It features a series of broken rooms and the voice of the narrator informing viewers that he is repairing a new version of the Stanley Parable. Bet that we don't get the audio. Art. You know, another thing too, when we were in the Rocket League game, we dropped out of the world. However, I wonder if we'd stayed in there, would we have gone to another game? Hold on, let's go this way. Yeah. All right. Maintenance layout. The flow of hallways following the first two doors was important to get right, since players will replay them so many times. We discussed a number of designs, but ultimately it was the simplest version that won out. Yeah, option 1 is very close to what it was, I think. Bent? What about this? Huh. The confusing ending. Confusion ending. Meeting room. Okay, yep. The cargo lift was always intended to offer the choice of staying on or jumping to a different path. However, after this early version, we decided we also wanted the option of the player falling to their death, which I did that too. The apartment timer. In a previous version of the choice leading to the apartment ending, a timer would give you 15 seconds to pick up the phone. Not picking up the phone would lead to a different ending. We waited for the something to happen, and nothing happened. The cargo lift. The second version is functionally the same as what's in the final game, but we wanted it to look more like a place where cargo is actually stored. Yep. They got that right. Early version of the lounge was right there. Ultra Deluxe announcements. In December 2018, we announced the Ultra Deluxe version of the Stanley Parable at the Game Awards. These are screenshots of the videos we made for the announcement and the game's delay. Fun! Oh, okay. Okay, so now here's the thing too. Is this museum an Ultra Deluxe element, or is this part of the base game? Because if it's Ultra Deluxe element, we might start to see some spoilers, because this stuff in here does not look familiar. In early development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up on a battlefield fighting aliens. The action game would become sentient and would wage war against the narrator. We realized shortly after starting to build it that it was far too jokey and on the nose for the tone of the game. The game is very jokey and on the nose. Plus, some people interpreted it as making fun of people who like shooters, which was not our intention. Okay, so that would explain why we don't see any of that stuff. Narrator emails. After the second trailer we sent out, we asked people to email the narrator for questions. While we had initially planned to use these further promotional materials, we never found the perfect use for them. Here are a selection of those emails. How do you make a JRPG? How do you make the worst game ever? What is the difference between a duck? How is the games? How is the game going? I hope it's as good or better than the first one from a cool man. Are you a rock? No. What is this strange number? Could you tell me what the significance of the number 1112800 is? Asking the narrator. Well, the thing I want to know is, what would you do if Stanley entered any other rooms? For instance, on a scale of Max Ernst to Salvatore Dali, how surreal will this game be? You born with a magnificent voice, or wow, congratulations. Okay, we're done reading these. Let's see. We came from that way. Let's go up here. Stanley's office. From left to right, the evolution of Stanley's office over time. The first was created in November 2011, the second in March 2012, and the third in February 2013. Okay. This is actually the one that they went with, the second iteration, or no. Ah, okay. Right, some of the differences. File cabinets are open. There's some additional stuff on the table. There's like a box and another box in there. Yeah, they just gave it like more life. Oh, there's a painting as well. We get like a crazy sound in here. Okay, let's move on. Game design mockup. This is the level that William, the level designer, sent Davey, the writer, as a kind of audition piece. The strength of this level got William hired to design the full game. Though much of the environment has changed, the basic layout from this mockup is still in the game. Yeah, it's not like as run down, right? But this is almost essentially that first room when you leave the office. Okay, then we come back down here, and I think we have been in every room now, except for the ending, or the exit.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Okay. Well, we're gonna turn it off. I think this may actually turn the game off, and if that's the case, we'll probably get a black screen. We'll see.
Can you see?
Well, there is a black screen.
Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
Oh.
But listen to me. You can still save those two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for...
Okay, so they want us to just quit. They just want us to quit. I kind of want to see what happens if we get crushed.
Don't let...
We let time choose for us. All right, back here again.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
We never got
Stanley
the countdown
decided to go
ending.
to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
We still haven't gotten new content, but I want to see this countdown ending. We're just going to try something quick. Wait, whoa, whoa, whoa. This is different. This is unexpected. We still haven't even hit the new content section yet.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Why was that different? Everything else seems the same.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
I should have gone right.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Yep, we're doing that. Oh, that was locked. When we came here before. Business strategy. Shoot pandas in the head. Okay. Doors monthly. That have a plaque on it. I am the most expensive boss. Uh-oh. Let's push up. I heard the name Stanley.
Step forward.
Are we moving anywhere? Okay. Oh, no, wait a second. We didn't go anywhere. Let's try it again. Let's push down. No, let's down. Down. Alright, this seems like nothing, which is a little unfortunate. Man, Owen. I really thought we were going to go somewhere with that.
The moment he entered his manager's office, Stanley froze in his tracks. Not a living soul anywhere. Could he really be all alone? This was too much for Stanley to take. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk.
That's true.
That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music. Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Here we go. Try to get the countdown ending this time. See. I think it's the only one we missed, really, from base game.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
You kind of wish we could skip through some of this a little bit, but it's all right.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each
I still
bore
would
the
like
number
to see
of
what
an employee
that
in the
one up
building.
there is.
Stanley's
Why is it
co-workers.
different than everything
The
else?
lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
2, 3, 4.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Oh, you know, is this where they said they originally had a button up and a button down, but...
No. He
I think it is.
refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
All right,
There was the proof,
let's try the buttons
the heart
again.
of the operation. Controls
Make sure they're in
labeled
the
with
same
emotions.
spot. Yep, there's 3.
Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating,
There's
working.
still no
all
way
of it monitored and commanded from this very
Get up
place.
there that I can see.
And as the cold reality of his past began
There's
to sink
definitely
in,
that button up there.
Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
You know what? There's one more up here that we didn't do too. There's the on button instead of the off button. Which I do wonder if maybe if we turn it on, if that's when we come back here and hit the buttons. 'Cause we still can't get up to 4. I'm fairly certain that one up there says 4. And these really don't seem to be doing anything. Such as opening this passageway for us. Okay. Let's go hit the on button.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
On.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley?
This is
it's
the
your
countdown
time
ending.
to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me.
Hey, that
where
door
we're going,
opened.
What all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated?
Let's check this
All
room.
right, I'm in a good mood.
Oh,
I'm gonna die
they've locked
anyway.
it.
I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing
These all say
everyone
2. Let's go
inside,
push 2.
or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though.
Charge?
This version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go.
Those still
I'm
all
sure
say 2 over
whatever I
there.
come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left.
That was a
But I'm
button.
enjoying this so much.
X
You know
incorrect.
what? To hell with it. I'm
3.
going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees.
3. Yep. It wants us to
Oh
push
dear
3.
me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on
What?
every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just
This over
seconds
here.
ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You
I
wanted
don't
to
know what I'm
control
doing.
this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't.
Goodbye, employee 427.
Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count. Or don't. It's all the
Enable
same to
backup
me,
power
all
to
a part of the
activate.
joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say happily ever after.
There it is. I think we failed that ending. Yeah, I think we failed that ending. Let's try it again.
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself. That's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all.
Again, we're going to pass the new content by. Not that I really
When
want
Stanley
to, but
came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
the blue hallway wasn't here this time either, was it?
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Okay, so this is something
Stanley
we've never
felt
done.
lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach, giddy in a way he had never known before. Was it this room? A connection between the two? Could a man love a room? I mean, true, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
And we will this time, but we're going to go
And so
straight
he
through.
detoured
Because
through
I've
the
never gone
maintenance
straight
section,
through.
walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Okay.
Yet there was not
We
a
did.
single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons.
Nice.
Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Kill surprise.
Okay. They sped that up a bit, which I'm happy for.
Stanley
go.
walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
This room's a bit long, though, unfortunately.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it.
Could we get back
couldn't
to
accept
the
it.
room
His
with the
own
buttons?
life in someone else's
We're going to
control.
spend a little bit of
Never.
time
It was
just
unthinkable.
getting a better handle
Wasn't it?
on what
Was it
other
even
sort
possible?
of button options are
Had
there.
he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was
So-
the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls
In this
labeled
room.
with emotions. Happy or sad or content.
Right, we have
Walking,
this section over
eating,
here.
working. All of it monitored and commanded from
And we
this
have
very
buttons
place. And
that
as
we
the
don't know
cold
what they do
reality of
yet.
his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
We saw over here, right, that once you selected these here, and maybe there's a code to put in here, or maybe this is just a red herring, right? Again, we know where the numbered buttons are. We know we can't get up to number 4 for some reason. There are numbers on the walls as well, like 0, 1, 4, 2, right? So should we try doing like... There's no 0. If you call this 1, then you have 4. If you call this 0, then you only get up to 3. we saw over here, right, that this said we needed the backup power to be activated in order to push that button. But I didn't see anywhere that said anything about backup power. You know, maybe we did get the true ending on this. These ones over here showed us buttons that we were supposed to push. But it didn't really seem to help us much. This thing did nothing. This door was opened but had closed, like, when we got close to it. Man, this one has all means. Okay, I don't know. We can try it again. Hopefully find something new, something different. Will he say anything different if we come up here and push on again?
And when at last he found the source of the room's power... Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, well, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do.
We're gonna check this thing out here first.
You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off,
once he's
and leave.
done talking, you know.
If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode,
go right up here to the door and
eliminating
see what
the
happens
entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine.
We're so close to the door that it may never open.
It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are?
Okay, I think this is 1 and this is 3.
You're obliterated. All right, I'm in a good mood.
Because this doesn't change?
Anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them.
So if I hit this one?
I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing
So we're trying to charge
inside,
something.
or I let it burn to a crisp.
That G is different.
I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not?
Yeah, I don't feel like anything interesting and unique is happening here.
Grow on trees.
There's these weird, incorrect buttons that happen,
what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is?
Backup power.
But you really believe there's an answer? How many times will you replay this bit, looking desperately for a solution? 10? 100? 1,000? I look forward to finding out and to watching the bomb go off each time you fail. Just you and me and the retching explosion of fire and metal over and over and over for all of eternity. And Stanley died again.
So they unlocked the 4 button.
And Stanley died again. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have
Man,
left.
and we
to
didn't even get to
struggle.
do anything over
30
here.
seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here. Just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me. All a part of the joke. And believe me,
I could run down
will
there and
be
hit the
laughing
off
at every
button, but I'm
second
not
of
gonna
your
do that.
inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say happily ever after.
That's it. There might be something there. We might try it again. However, I'm kind of liking this as a good ending point. We'll stop here, and then the next time we play this, we'll go straight for that new content door and see what's in the new content. If there's at least as many endings as there was in the base game, we'll have another good, like, full sort of stream to do that. So, hope we enjoyed playing something new today. Again, you can check out at Merc Streams on YouTube for video uploads. So if you wanted to catch this from the beginning, you can go there. I'll get it uploaded as soon as I can. It does take some time. Got to make a thumbnail and get the video uploaded and all that kind of stuff, but it's something I do. Then I have Merc Serene at YouTube, which is my main channel, which is mostly Minecraft videos. And again, I'm going to keep going with the Monday and Friday streams. I think that's working out so well. Or it's working out for us right now anyways. So, hanging out with me today. This is Merc Serene, signing off.